Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome into my review for Disgaea 7, Vows of the Virtuous. This is the newest game in the Disgaea series. I recently played through it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on the game after finishing it. In this review, I'm going to be talking about the good things of the game and also the bad things of the game. First, let's start off by talking about the good things in the game. And the first good thing about Disgaea 7 is that this is a strategy RPG game. So think of like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you can move your characters around the battlefield. The combat in the game is overall a ton of fun, and that is a really great thing about the game. Now, another really great thing about the game is all the character classes and the amazing amount of character customization in the game. And that's one of the game's biggest strengths. Another really great thing about Disgaea 7 is that the developers listened to player feedback on Disgaea 6, and they made a lot of changes from Disgaea 6 to 7. They addressed a lot of the issues people had in Disgaea 6 with the auto battle, and they basically severely nerfed the auto battle feature and made it a lot more limited in Disgaea 7. So first off, one really big change they made from Disgaea 6 to 7 with the auto battle is that in order to even do auto battle anymore, you first have to beat the map that you want to do auto battle on, and then once you complete it normally, then you can do auto battle. Before then though, the first time you're playing that battle, you cannot auto battle it anymore. Second is that they made the auto battle feature cost a currency that you get in the game from battles, and basically it uses up that currency, and once you run out of that currency, you can no longer do auto battles till you get more. I have to say, I'm really impressed that the developers listened to player feedback on Disgaea 6. They limited the auto battle feature that a lot of people disliked. They really made this part of the gameplay a lot better in Disgaea 7. Another really great change they made is that they listened to player feedback and they got rid of the stat inflation that was complained about a lot in Disgaea 6. So in Disgaea 7, the stats are a lot more back to normal instead of how they were in Disgaea 6, where everything was inflated stats. They got rid of that. The game also has a great new feature where you can go into this giant mode where a character becomes a giant and they basically can attack anywhere on stage. And it was a really great feature that they put in Disgaea 7, and it makes the battles in the game a lot of fun. What's also great in Disgaea 7 is the story. The story and the characters in the game are very enjoyable. The story is very silly, it's very over the top. There's a lot of crazy, funny moments in the storyline, and I really liked the characters of the game. And the story overall was very entertaining. A really big positive to mention about the Disgaea games too, and Disgaea 7 is really no exception, is that these games have a lot of post-game content. The post-game content in the Disgaea games can go on for hundreds of hours, and this is one of those games where the max level is level 9,999, and if you get into the post-game content, you can do really crazy stuff like hit an enemy for 1,000,000 damage, get a character with like 1,000,000 health. So now that I talked about a lot of the good stuff in the game, now let's talk about some of the not so good stuff in the game. So the first flaw of the game is the objectives during battles. So you'll get into a map and you'll have an objective like defeat the boss. And my criticism is going to mainly come with the boss stages and boss maps. So the problem on these stages is that the objective is usually to just defeat the boss. Now normally this isn't a problem because these types of maps and objectives, you usually have to make it past all the enemies to reach a boss anyways. But in Disgaea 7 with the giant form mechanic, you can attack anywhere on the map. So because of this, you go into giant form, you target the boss and hit them no matter where you're at on the map. You kill them and then you're able to clear the boss maps, pretty much ignoring every enemy but the boss. And so because of that, I found those maps to be very flawed in the game, and that is a flaw of the giant form mechanic in the game. It's too easy to just focus down the boss, because you can attack anywhere in the map in the giant form, kill the boss, and then just clear the map instantly, and you really don't even have to worry about navigating around the map or defeating the other enemies in the map. My other criticism is that I found the soundtrack to not really be all that amazing. The Disgaea games usually have some really good soundtracks, and I felt this game's soundtrack was kind of just okay. It wasn't bad or terrible or anything, but it wasn't like a super great memorable soundtrack. So the music definitely was kind of a bit of a weak point in this game. My last criticism with the game is that I felt the final boss fight was very anticlimactic. I'm not going to spoil anything about his storyline was. It didn't really feel like a special boss fight like a final boss should. It felt like a very kind of boring, ordinary boss fight with no unique things about it, and I was very disappointed by the final boss of the main story. Overall though, on Disgaea 7, even with it having some flaws, I think it was a very good game overall. The game was a lot of fun to play. It had a memorable story and a great cast of characters. Personally, I think I would recommend this game. If you're a strategy RPG fan or you're looking for a new RPG to play, I do recommend Disgaea 7. Overall, I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. I really greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the YouTube video, then please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more RPG content. I would really greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much.